Hey guys, I want to shoot a quick video here of the 454 Mark IV that I just built, and also run through some of the setup that I go through when I break in an engine. Now I got a fairly long video from yesterday where I ran it for about 30 minutes and broke in the cam and wanted to monitor the oil pressure and all the stats and stuff. So but this one I just want to make a very quick video. I am going to crank it here in a second, but basically how I start out is just you know, a nice gauge setup from Pep Boys. This is like 45 bucks. It's a Bosch temp gauge, volts, obviously oil pressure. You can see I've already run it. I've been running it for about 10 minutes, and it's warm right now, and so it's not going to be, you know, a cold start. But obviously I just you know, run the temp right there, and then after I'm through with this, see, I'll drain the fluids down, install the engine, and then plug all of the onboard adapters in. But in this video you see how, you know, I've got the oil alarm. The oil alarm is just hanging loose. I kind of like doing this because this way I can keep up with everything. Then when I'm in the boat, I'm not searching in a box looking for the alarm and things like that. So makes it easy when you're installing. And basically I just have a temporary line in that fitting right there. Around to the water. I like this. I've never seen anybody do this. It's probably overkill and extremely wasteful, but it's a guarantee that you're going to have a good water source. I'm running 2 water hoses from 2 different sources into the tank, and this water inlet hose is at the bottom of the tank, and then both of these hoses, actually one of the hoses goes all the way in, all the way up to about 2 or 3 inches before the raw water pump. The other hose just sticks in the end, and it just assures you that it's one less thing to have to worry about while you're breaking in an engine. The battery is just, you know, it is what it is. Just connect, you know, to the ground terminal on the back of the bell housing. The lead on the lead is connected on the starter, and then I got this temporary, or this mobile switch. This is basically just a wiring harness from another Mercruiser boat. Got it off eBay, 20 bucks or so. Volt, I typically hadn't been running this, but what I did is just run the lead wire to the coil. In the ground, I just have the 9/16 socket holding the ground wire in place, and it works. So I'm gonna run it briefly with the Vernon tones on it. It's a lot quieter. I like this because it allows you to really listen to the engine. But there's nothing more amazing than to, you know, drop them off and just run it without it. It sounds really good. So I'm gonna crank it up and then run it for just maybe 5 minutes or so. Probably not even that long. And we'll go from there. Thanks. again, sounds really good. I'll briefly I'll run through the engine a little bit. The bottom end was straight line honed, and then the head, the decks were surfaced, you know, parallel and in line with the crankshaft, not just surfaced. So some really nice engineering work there by Redline Racing in Davie, Florida. And then they blueprinted the bottom end for me. They torqued everything up. And I got a jet coming, so hold on. Oh man, sorry I missed that. Sorry I missed that. Two T38s, very cool. Man, if I'd have known that, that'd have been an awesome addition to the video. Anyway, bottom end was blueprinted by Redline Racing. They, you know, torqued everything up, and then okay, I'm not sure what this video is going to be about. It may be in the aviation section. But anyway, again, Redline did the bottom end and did a phenomenal job. It's a cam bearing out build, hyper-eutectic pistons, Hastings rings, you know, Molly-faced rings, Clevite bearings. I called them performance yesterday. They're not performance bearings. They're tri-metal. They're the P bearings. And brand new carburetor from National Carburetor out of Jacksonville. It's running really good. And the heads, I mean the exhaust manifold system came from Jerry's Marine Service here in Fort Lauderdale. So they're all brand new, you know, all new lines and everything. I think that's pretty much it. Don't want to get too long-winded, but as you can see, the oil pressure, voltage, temperature, everything's stellar. It's a really good build. It should be fine. So anyway, I'll end it there. Oh, I did forget to mention in the video yesterday, when I was breaking in the cam, it started leaking really immediately at the raw water pump. It didn't matter because it was pumping. It was pumping fine and, you know, cooling properly. So I ran it, no big deal. But after I got through breaking it in, I pulled that off, broke it down, and sure enough, discovered that the primary seal on the shaft seal was bad. So I went ahead and rebuilt the raw water pump yesterday. It only took about 30-45 minutes. It really wasn't that difficult. But again, got those parts from Jerry's Marine, and that's it. Bolted it back on last night. Changed the oil and filter immediately after the break-in of 30 minutes. I'm using, let me go over here. This is the break-in oil. First time I've used this. Really good stuff. It's weird, it smells like coconuts. It's really strange. I'm not sure what the hell's in it, but it's good oil. And I broke it in with a Fram PH30 filter, but I typically run the Napa Gold, the 1069. It's a really good filter, and that's what I'll